And we're going to see another one. It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. This guy was sparring with world champions like Triple G at just 15 years old and holding his own. In fact, he turned pro at the age of 16 years old. Lerone, Sniper the Boss Richards, always comes looking to entertain the crowd.
They have waited for this fight for so long, John. This is ridiculous.
The fighters are in the ring. It's time for the official introductions. Here's the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Phoenix, Arizona, an all-action, exciting two-division champion of the world, known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez. Fighting out of the blue corner from Surrey, England, a British and Commonwealth super middleweight champion, Lerone, Sniper the Boss Richards.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
This is the night. Everybody's looking forward to this night. The heat, the atmosphere, you could put it with a knife.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. Counter punching. Misses with the straight left. There's a counter shot. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Good looking hook, but it was blocked. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. That counter shot lands. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That left hook missed. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. They got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's gonna...
What do we expect to see here in round 2? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
He threw a punch and just got countered. This is a high-octane battle. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The counter lands. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. He misses with that straight left. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the... Let's get it started in round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. And Richards just got buzzed. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four. You are ready.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
He's up, but for how long? Look at him. On the heels. Look at it's not for that. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Did you see that? Lerone Richards in trouble here. How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Lerone Richards in trouble here. And it appears the onslaught. Hold it right there. Lerone Richards, and down goes Richards. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Are you okay?
Let's talk about Richards in that last round. Is there any way back into this fight after the beating he has taken so far?
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
You let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. But we can't figure it out. Good work. Just keep him on the end of that jab off. Win the round on your jab. Breathe when you're stepping around.
And there's the bell to start round 4. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
How about that time counter shot? His stamina is off the charts. And that hook misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. Did you see that? Lerone Richards in trouble here. How did they survive that?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Catch and shoot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place. Did you see that? Lerone Richards in trouble here. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, make looks.
Straight down the middle. Can't miss it. Good one.
There's the bell to start round 5. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Stamina is off the charts. That counter punch caught him clean. Well done with that counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Swing and a miss with that hook. He misses with that straight left. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have. There's the bell to start round 6. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Nice counter. Down goes Benavidez. He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, four. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this? The Mexican Monster is down! I don't care who you are. When you get caught with a body shot like that, you're going down.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Nice counter shot. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considering maybe throwing in the towel after their fighter got drunk. And there's the bell for round 7. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Beautiful counter shot. Got out of the way of that right hook. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Stamina is off the charts. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Benavidez that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Relax. Nothing. Don't worry.
There's the bell to start round 8. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And the big Mexican monster is down. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. And you still want to fight.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow, get to the end of the round.
We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Misses with the straight left. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.